Watch what you say.
Okay, we're hoping to see Andrea and Connie, so hopefully they'll come on shortly.
Okay, we are live, so.
Okay, good deal.
Thank you.
As soon as we get the rest of our folks here, we can start and then look at the minutes. And again, I want to thank Mandy for taking on the minute task because that is a really big help. And I will say she did an excellent job. I only have one small correction that I heard from one of the other board members. That's I think it's a matter of the translation program.
Oh, great. Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to let me?
There's Andrea.
Hello.
Once we get started officially, we can.
Oh, okay. Officially. Yeah.
And we have Don Gibson. Hey, Don. Always good to see you.
He's muted.
Linda, do you have me?
I do.
There you are.
I think so far all we need to see hopefully is Connie, and I haven't heard from her that Linda Wardell is joining us. Well, hello, Linda.
Great.
Yes. Hey, Linda. Hi, I happen to be home and Kevin is napping. Why not?
Nice to see you, always. So are things settling in nicely for you?
They really are. We closed on the sale of our house at the end of October.
Mm-hmm.
So we are done. And things seem to be going along fairly well.
Good.
There's Connie.
There's Connie.
There she is.
Okay, I think we have everybody, and it's right at 2:00, 2:01, so we can officially start our meeting. That sounds terrific. And we can begin with our agenda, and that would be the minutes from the October 9th meeting. And again, I would like to say Mandy did a terrific job on these, and the only change I have was from the gentleman at Creasy Mahan that Herb told us about. His last name is Hubbard, Hubbard. And that
Got it.
Okay.
Hubbard.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know if anybody else has noticed anything else to be revised, but otherwise I would ask for a motion to approve the minutes as amended.
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
All right.
Okay. I'm sure no one's opposed. So again, that's great news. Ron, do you know if the mayor's going to join us today?
I do not. I don't think he's back yet. I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, with that in mind, Andrea, do you want to jump in next and kind of bring us up to date with what's going on? I guess really on down the list is the canopy program.
Sure.
And the planting schedule, because I know Lee was very interested in that and may want to participate, and there may be some others from Fox Harbor that want to join in the planting.
What do you mean join in the planting?
Be present when they plant it.
Sure. So last week I met with Perez and Cortez, and we went around to look at everybody's flags to be sure they were in, and if they weren't in, between Linda and I, Linda helped make some calls so we could get them in. So they got the GPS coordinates to get the bud markings. Perez and Cortez, they were sent into bud last week. I know as of a day or two ago, they were still waiting on a couple of the addresses to be marked, but I assume it should be done this week. And the trees, the trees are dug and at the nursery. So Perez and Cortez is finishing up another job this week, and then they will plan to start prospect next week. I don't know which day yet. It may be a little weather dependent, although the weather looks overall pretty good next week. And still in the 60s and not a whole lot of rain yet. So I can send an email out as soon as I have confirmation that the bud markings are complete and that there are no problems and we can start planning. So I can let you know specifically what day, early, first of next week, or even, I would like to do it Monday just so we know what the weather is for the week, but I'll probably have a good idea by the end of this week. I would say they'll probably start fairly early in the week, but I don't know the exact date yet.
Okay, that
So,
sounds good. I would let everybody know that the participant list that I sent out, that there was one site that we,
right.
Andrea visited, and we had to say no, that it was not a good plan at this time. It was for a lot that was being developed for a new home, and it was a question that it would probably be better to get the house built and all the grading done before a tree was added.
Right, and so
So you want it to come out of where?
we ended up moving that tree
Yeah, that's the most
to a
volume I can get back
location
here.
along Sutherland Farm Drive. So where a tree or two has been removed, and so we're going to put one back in that general area. It's on the exit side of Sutherland Farm Drive, and it's about if you're looking at that street from the 42, it's about 2/3 of the way down. So Ron approved the location, and so that one has been sent to Bud as well. So the homeowners were all pretty good with their getting their flags out. I don't know if I told you, Linda, the lady on where was it? It was on Fox Harbor Road. I ended up meeting with her, and we did get the flag in. She has a very steep front yard that is on Fox Harbor Road. And,
Right. And didn't you decide it was going to go to the other side of the yard?
well, I said that to you, but when I got over there, it looked like we figured out an area in her front lawn, which is where she wanted it originally, kind of over to the right, that where it's not quite as steep, and it looked like a pretty good location. So we put the flag there, and I think she was pleased with that. So
good.
That worked out. And the woman in Mandy's neighborhood, she on Timber Ridge Drive, she was getting 3 coffee trees, and she had flags out, but she wanted a little help with centering the trees and being sure they were, spaced properly and that kind of thing. So we measured out exactly the 3 locations, so they'd be equidistant from the curb and or sidewalk and all that kind of stuff. So she was very happy with that. So I think we're going to be good to go here shortly.
Sounds good. I'm just sorry we didn't have as many participants this time, but
right.
we'll
I
see
am
what
too.
We'll see what happens in the spring.
Right.
Hey, Ron. Ron.
So
Yes,
I think
sir.
that's all I have at the
You
moment.
help me with my sound. Can you help me with my camera also?
Yeah.
So it
I'll be
comes
right
up.
there.
Thanks. Sorry, everybody.
And technology moves on.
Yeah, somehow it gets confused between my laptop and my monitor, and I'm not smart enough to fix it.
Okay, Doug, all we've done so far is we reviewed the October minutes that Mandy did, and Andrea's just finished her report and the update on the status of the canopy trees, which in all probability will be planted early next week.
Awesome, thanks, Ron. Good. Sounds like a good beginning to the everything.
We're getting started, and so I guess if you're ready, we'll take your update.
So we had well, Linda, I think you were here. We had a good meeting of HOA presidents about a week or 10 days ago.
Right.
And we went over a couple of things. The two main things we talked about were an ordinance for Prospect to regulate golf carts. And that's mainly an issue in Hunting Creek and the estates of Hunting Creek, although there are a few, and Linda sees it where she lives, and I see it where I live. Connie, over in your area, there's a couple of golf carts, but it's less of an issue over in Sutherland than it is over here. So the big concern here is unlicensed drivers, young teenagers driving golf carts, and so there's a safety concern. So there's a statute that permits municipalities such as ours to have an ordinance for the regulation of golf carts. And so we're working on that. And I think, Linda, that was pretty well received.
Yes, I think I think everybody was glad to hear something was being done.
Yeah. And the story I told was about a 13-year-old driving a golf cart, looking at his phone while he's driving along.
Oh, God.
And his father sitting right next to him.
Wow.
So, and then somebody else, it might have been you, Linda, somebody mentioned somebody carrying an infant in their arms, and just some things that aren't good. So I think we've got pretty good support on the council. I hope we do. The other thing we talked about was Michael McKeon, our assistant chief, had done an analysis of criminal activity in Prospect in each of the last 2 calendar years, or the last 12 months. So 12 months, 12 months. So comparing apples to apples. And the bottom line is, notwithstanding all the concern and talk, there's virtually no crime in Prospect. There's certainly no violent crime. We're so fortunate. We had this in the last 12 months. We had 3 car thefts. In the previous 12 months, there were 4 car thefts. There was a break-in in Sutherland by one of these South American criminal groups that goes around. Like, they're the people who come to an NFL football player's house during an NFL game and take all their designer handbags and Rolex watches and that kind of thing. So that was, and they are usually have no interest in confronting a homeowner or even encountering a homeowner. They are almost never armed. If there's a gun on a counter, they won't pick it up because they don't want to be involved, because the use of a firearm enhances the penalty so much. So one of them saw a woman leave a house in Sutherland and thought the house was empty, and they went in. Well, it wasn't empty, and the old trial lawyer that lived there pulled out a gun and shot it through the ceiling, and as they were fleeing. So somebody said he wasn't a very good shot. Well, I think the reality was he was a very good shot, and he wasn't interested in shooting anybody. He was interested in letting know that they were not welcome.
Wow.
So that's. I mean, we want no crime, but if you're going to have crime, we do pretty well with it. So that and Linda, I found that report to be very reassuring. I don't know what you thought.
I agree, and I will add this because it was after the fact that it was a good representation of many communities, and if we thought about it in advance, I would have said something to all these groups about tree ordinances and street trees,
Yes.
and had the parks and recreation people there to kind of talk about the programs they have available, because it's kind of disconcerting that if I had said something about street trees needing to be approved for, private property, perhaps all those trees on Deep Creek wouldn't have been taken out without at least somebody asking the question.
Right. Well, and I think what we'll do, I think what we're going to do going forward is to have try to do this on a quarterly basis, and we'll put you on the agenda next time. You help me remember that, but we'll have you talk a little bit about forestation.
And just to make people aware that there are ordinances that affect their communities, because we had the folks from Innisbrook come and talk to us. Oh, we have a helper here. Say hello to Lilith.
Hi, baby.
Oh,
I
look
guess
at
she doesn't
that.
want to. I
That's
guess she don't want to
wonderful.
say anything today.
That's wonderful.
So,
So we did we got a plaque ordered and about to come in for the Linda Wardell pedestrian bridge. Ron is taking care of that, and that hopefully will be mounted in the next week or two. And that certainly a very good recognition of Linda, and well deserved. We have a volunteer breakfast coming up. Some people on this call have accepted and are coming, and I hope everybody has. That's going to be next week, 30 on Wednesday the 19th at Hunting Creek Country Club. So I hope people have signed up and will be there. The great repairs are being made in the boardwalk and Freedom Bridge and some other items, infrastructure in the Woodlands Park and Putney Pond Park. So that's exciting that progress is being made. That they were damaged in some flooding. So, and in old age, just the passage of time. Old age for a boardwalk is it's sort of like dog years. They don't, they've got a lifespan of maybe 20 years. So that's pretty much what's going on. The art is up through early December. I think December 8th is maybe when the exhibition. December 7th is when the exhibition closes. There'll be a new exhibition. The art committee's already given me dates for exhibition in January and September, and then in between those two, there'll be a pop-up exhibit. So this has been a great exhibition. I think everybody on this call maybe has seen this exhibition, and it's a great one. It's really a good one. So that's pretty much what's going on. We're having the Veterans Day lecture this afternoon at 4 o'clock. I think we still have a few spots available. If anybody wants to come and hasn't signed up, you're invited and welcome and encouraged to come.
Let me interrupt you.
So that's my report.
okay. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Anything else for the mayor?
Any questions? You know where to find me.
We do. Thank you. Okay. Talking about some of the tree problems, I think you all probably saw the email from Lee. Lee sent out a comment that the people at Prospect Point had removed the tree that we've been concerned about. So that was very good news. And then the other tree issue that follows that are all those trees that were taken out on Deep Creek. I sent a picture to all of you so you could see that these were big trees. There are big stumps left there. And I verified with everybody, Doug and John and Ron, that no one in the city was aware that work was being done. And I think the first day they were there, I thought they were just doing some dead limb cleanup and some limbing up, and I wasn't too concerned. And they left their pile to come and get the next day. The next day, I wasn't home most of the day, and I come back, and all of a sudden, all these trees are being cut down. And it's kind of like, where did that come from? And I believe that there are 5 of them, and it's on the Hunting Hills Condo Association land. And I guess what we need to come to a decision on is this is something subject to ordinance and subject to penalty. How do we want to approach this? Number one, I think they ought to, and maybe they have planned, we don't know, to at least stump grind and clean up that area.
Yeah.
And then take a look at, they're doing some replanting. I don't know that we need to ask for 5 trees, but I would think we should at least look at the site and come up with 2, maybe 3 with all those stumps there. Where can we plant? And this would be something Andrea can give us some advice on. And and whether we want to penalize them, because the ordinance says we can charge from 75 to 750 per tree.
Great.
And what does everybody think about this situation?
$750 a tree.
That's the maximum based on ordinance. It could be 75 a
But
tree is the minimum.
does there need to be a meeting with them and discuss if they do have it plans and sort of just get from them the background of what they did and
That
you know
I agree. Some more information might be just a direct communication before we make a decision, but just tell them that there will be some action based
yeah.
on, our
Yes,
learnings.
definitely. I think so.
And I don't know who the contact is. The city would have a listing of their HOA leadership because I know they have one.
I think Belinda Smith is still the manager.
Is she?
Yes, and I think Belinda came to the HOA meeting. She was there.
I haven't been over there yet, but I know where the trees are we're talking about. Do those qualify as street trees? So I know they're a little bit off the roadway, so I mean it's not like
Mm,
they're in the easement.
I
That
guess
would be something. That would be the first place to start, is make sure they're street trees.
okay. They seem pretty close to me, but I guess we need to
Like I said,
be
I
sure.
haven't been there, so
Mm-hmm.
I think
we don't want to.
I would suggest maybe you try to talk with Belinda and just see what was going on, get the backstory.
Okay. Do your records have a contact information for her, be it an email or a phone number that somebody could
And what's the name
pass
of
that on to me?
what's the name of the
Hunting
Honey,
Hills.
oh,
Hunting Hills, Belinda Smith?
Hey, boss, remember we're live. Don't
Okay.
give out phone
Yeah.
numbers.
I won't give them phone
You can
numbers.
email it to me later.
I'll email it to you right after this.
Okay.
Yeah, if you will talk with them, and remember, so the way the forestation ordinance is written, the penalties come from the city, not from the forestation board. The forestation board would make a recommendation to the city.
Right.
Yeah.
And we'll go from there. I think the first thing to do is
I think
first, right on the mark, is just to establish some communication and get the rest of the story, and then we'll step back and figure out what to do.
Sounds good.
And that,
I think that's
you know,
good.
we were certainly, I started out with a very conciliatory approach to the Chase Bank. And then when I went over there that day, I just got so angry. I couldn't see straight. So, because that was clearly intentional.
Yeah.
Which I just had assumed, I'm so naive, I just assumed it was inadvertent and not malicious and all that sort of thing. But anyway,
it
so
was.
there's a tendency to have I have a tendency to have an emotional reaction sometimes, and we need cool, dispassionate, thoughtful approach to this. But if you'll have that discussion, we'll figure out how
Well,
to go
we
from
will
there.
start with the discussion and I can share my learnings with everyone and then we can hopefully come up with something reasonable to address the situation.
Yeah, and some sort of remedial thing going forward is going to always be my bias, and not punitive, but
Right.
fixing the problem and kind of getting them to be on our team.
Okay, sounds good.
Good
Is
approach.
is it Belinda Smith or Linda Smith?
Belinda.
BE.
Belinda. Okay.
Belinda, Belinda Smith. And I will send you a text, Linda, with the contact information.
Okay.
You
Sounds
might want
good.
to wait though. Ron
What?
said to look at the locations and maybe check it with logic to see if that they really are street trees. I mean, though they
Right. I
appear.
think that would be.
Well, you sent a photograph, Linda, didn't you?
I did, and I don't know if that photograph is clear enough in terms of the number of feet from the street that the stumps are. I think it's fairly close. I know there was a problem tree some years ago that was part of that lineup that was dead, that we worked
Yeah.
with them to have it removed,
Right.
and it was considered a street tree at that time.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
need to verify it. And Ron, if you're out and about and you want to look at it too, just to give us another eyeball on it.
Sure. I was just looking up the definition of street tree to see what the ordinance says.
Okay.
So
Okay.
don't wait on me.
I've got a copy right here. And the definition of street tree. Says trees located within the public street right of way of the city.
Public street right away.
Mm-hmm. And
Okay,
I don't know if there's a definition for public right of way.
Oh, yeah, well, there is a right of way.
It's usually 6 to 8 feet.
Well, the total probably is 50 feet on that
Yeah.
street, but I mean, it varies, but there's a right of way. And
Oh,
typically,
yeah.
if you see the sidewalks, they're within that right of way. And if you see utilities, utilities are supposed to be in the right of way.
Right.
So how do you want to approach establishing if that the distance and if those trees are or aren't at this point?
I'll have to pull the plat, see what the right of way is there.
Okay. That way we'll know for sure. That would probably be good to know before I reach out to Belinda.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Herb.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now that we know that, we can move on. And the next topic is kind of a surprise topic is Arborfest. And the lack of participation. We've not had a year like what we experienced that Saturday. And we had ordered 50 trees, and about half of them were left at the end of the event. The weather was not terrible. Usually we have people waiting to pick up trees when we're still trying to set up, and that did not happen this year. So I don't know what the answer is or why, but just and we looked to see was there a ball game or something else in the city that was keeping people away, because the library sale kind of had the same situation on Saturday. They had a very busy Friday, and Saturday they had like no one, and that's again unusual for them. So I don't know what the answer is. I think the people that were there enjoyed it. They had some really nice looking trees. Jack Baggett from the state was just tremendous. He was not only very knowledgeable, but very personable and seemed to enjoy working the event, and said he would be glad to come back next year. And he'd even be interested in doing a special presentation for our community, because we had talked about setting up some events during the winter, such as Herb had suggested his contact at Creasy Mahan. That could be one topic of the oak trees. And Jack, his specialty is pests, and as well as other tree knowledge. He could be an interesting thing going into the spring. So some things to think about there. But as far as why the trees didn't happen, luckily they all eventually found a home. So we are glad for that. And I know Connie and Herb, you were both there. Do you have any further comments on the event?
I loved your the arborist that you got. He sold our trees. I mean,
He was
He
terrific.
he
That was
was-
Jack. Mhm.
yeah, he could really sell them.
Yeah,
People would come up and they didn't know what they wanted, and he would just take over. It was
He'd
great.
ask all the
We didn't have to
questions
do
about the
anything.
location, what were they trying to do, and he
Oh, that's
just really, and I
wonderful.
think he had a good time doing it.
Yeah,
he's
and
really good at that.
And he added the knowledge of what trees were that the pollinators liked, which is pretty.
yeah,
Yeah.
Hmm.
he added a
But
lot of information that we didn't have. But I've got a question. Who's got the Arborfest sign?
Oh,
I believe
It's
it's
gone.
downstairs. I
Is it
believe,
downstairs?
yeah, it was out by the dumpster and Rusty saw it and snagged it. So I'm
Oh,
pretty sure it's
thank
down,
you,
down
thank
our
you,
shop.
thank
So
you. Great.
Good to
Okay, so
know.
where is it now?
in the shop,
Okay, can I pick it up?
no, you can't have it. Yes.
So mean.
Are you gonna go to Anchorage and try to rent it to Anchorage?
There you go.
There you go.
Okay,
So I've
Double
got
the
a,
money.
I've got a possible theory about the trees.
okay.
So after the tornado, didn't we increase the numbers of trees that we
We
gave
took it
away?
to 75 and 50's been kind of a normal number for us.
So I'm wondering if maybe we
Cut
flooded
it.
the market a little bit in a good way, and maybe there wasn't quite the pent up demand. But that's just a theory I'll float out there.
Could
Yeah.
be. That could
Well,
Didn't
be.
we just for 50 this time?
Yeah, it was 50 this time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
As you say, they all did get picked up. It just took a day or two.
So we'll have to, consider that when we look at the event for next fall and go from there.
Well, I would call it from my perspective, I would call it a big success. Sounds like with the gentleman that was there who was did such a good job, and the trees that were available, and the fact that they didn't all go the first day, but they were all gone within a day or two after that. That's
good.
I would declare a victory on that.
It was fun. It was a fun day.
It
It's
was.
always
And
it's
the
always
trees,
Always
fun.
a fun event.
the trees were really nice this year. And
They were.
the little
They were.
magnolias just kind of flew. We had none of those left.
We have to get magnolias next year. Magnolias and dogwoods.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
Those
are
are the
always very
favorites.
popular.
And maybe you mentioned, future HOA meeting, you might mention that about the Arbor Fest and see if you can get any kind of feedback from the HOA people as far as interest,
I would
Are
agree
they-
because in most cases, you probably have a community that has not only the property owners, but they probably have some common ground too that could be enhanced.
Yes, that's really a good point, Linda.
Yeah, absolutely. They would.
John Hancock Place, I think we replaced 3 or 4 trees, and I'm not sure we took advantage of something like Arbor Fest. So
Hmm.
I think that's a very good point. Is to look to the HOAs because they've got common areas.
Right.
Well, they could also
Some-
send out information about, to their residents if they
Yeah.
can, about when Arbor Fest is and all that.
And the same thing would be true on the canopy program, that if they have a
Yes.
significant common area, they could invest themselves in a tree for that area.
Right.
Right. That'd be really good if they would.
Okay. That's another avenue to get more trees into Prospect. Sounds good. Okay. We talked briefly about doing some community education, and Herb had started to suggest that we do an oak program in the winter. Do you think you could reach out, and do we want to do this? Can we do it on the weekend? I think we'd get a better turnout.
Yes.
And we can work with the city to have access to the library on a Saturday morning or a Sunday afternoon, something like that.
I think a
Library.
10 Saturday might be good, or Sunday afternoon late.
Library or the council room.
True. The council room, and if they have a PowerPoint presentation or want to take advantage of the electronics, that could
Yes.
be something to work with as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've done the Parks Committee's programs. We've done in either or. We did at least one of them in the library, and that worked very well. And then we've done them also in the council room, and that's worked very well. So, and what I think with all these things, and probably Arborfest included, our lecture this afternoon, just putting a notice in the newsletter, it doesn't quite get the job done. It's so for the lecture today, I've probably sent out 70 or 80 or more emails separate and apart from the announcement that went out. And I made calls, and probably, we probably need to do a little more promotion, like to the HOA presidents, like we said, or
thanks.
other word of mouth, that sort of thing, just encouraging people to participate. People love it when they come, but they've got so much, people have so much going on in their lives. Sometimes you got to kind of push it to the top of the list.
And I also think you need to give them enough notice that they can try and plug it into their schedules.
Exactly. Yeah, repetition, get it in the newsletter and we probably already do, but 3 or 4 weeks.
At least, and then repeat it a couple times.
And,
Just
Linda?
and then call them up and beat them over the head with it.
Right.
Linda, I have to clean paintbrushes, but so I got to go. But you realize I didn't give Connie a hard time at all at this meeting.
Oh, and we're so grateful.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what we'll do without that. We might not be able to finish the meeting. So, okay, go clean paintbrushes. And I think we're pretty well done unless there's something else people want to bring up at this time. Okay, let's have a motion to.
Before we adjourn, I'll just say thank you again to all of you. It's a great group and makes such a big difference for Prospect.
Well, I think we enjoy it, and we are here to be part of the community and make it better.
Yep.
I
Okay,
make a motion to adjourn.
okay. Second?
Yep.
Herb, that's your, there
Okay,
you
all
go.
in favor? It's now 2:35 and we are adjourned. Thank you all. And the next
Thank you.
meeting will be December 11th.
December
Thanks,
11th.
everybody. Andrew,
All right, thank you all.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
thanks,
Bye,
Linda.
guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Need the meeting to quit.